You'd like to make, Coach? Otherwise, we can just go straight to the questions.
Opening remarks. I think we could be here for the whole press conference. No, I think that we can go straight to the questions.
Let's do it. Any questions in the room?
Coach, did you think at all that not only would this team implement your style so quickly, but also be able to ride it all the way to a championship in your first year here?
Yes, because that's why I work for. That's why I came here. That's why, I don't see my kid that often. I'm a wife, and I get the staff to do the same, and I want to get the players to believe on it. So yes, I think I always remarked that interview that Lynn did in the halftime against Oil Reign, where a lot of people were surprised because we were winning, and she said it clearly, like this group of players, this group of staff, the club, we were here to win, and that's why I do my job. So yes, of course. But I think that every coach should think the same. Like we go on the pitch in this league. In other leagues, it's not the same. And in Europe and stuff is different. But in this league, the 12 coaches, when you ask them at the first day of the season, our target is to win because it's the best league in the world and it's so even that everyone can make it. But you have to be special, and this group of players, I think they are special.
So,
Coach, Mitch just talked about how you guys had a meeting after a game this season, and you were talking about how it might be hard, and Mitch said they all looked at each other and said, we want to be champions, we don't care how hard it's going to be. Do you remember that meeting, and if so, did it change anything, or did it confirm your belief in the team?
But did she say which game? Because we've had a few. Was it the North Carolina or?
No, I don't think she specified. She
No?
just said it was a post-game meeting.
I think maybe that was because Mitch was on that meeting when we played in North Carolina. We had to obviously create a plan, or we had a plan to come to, these 2 weeks. We've been away from 2 weeks. We had a special plan where we wanted the internationals to come back in the best shape possible. So we traveled to Portland on that Tuesday, and then they've been believing in us. Whatever we asked them to do, they've done it, and they believed that was the way to win. So when we asked them, listen, we're gonna have to be away from home for 2 weeks, and they said, Juan, if that's what you think is gonna make us win, we go and do it. So I'm so happy that it worked out. To be honest, from the first day, our plan was to be special, to have our own style. And from the first day, and especially I think you all guys all know now Ali Krieger, she's put that mentality on every single one of their teammates, and it's not only her, it's every single one of them has believed in this group from the start. Kelly O'Hara, Ali Long, Michelle Betos, those are the 4 leaders, but then everyone else has really pushed and played their role for this team to be champion.
right here in front.
Coach, congratulations on the championship. I know you said that from day one you wanted. What was that? Was there any point in the season that you felt this team really could make the run at a championship?
Yeah, very good question. I think it was a moment in the season. I always believed we could win, but there was a moment here in San Diego where we lost 2-1. Sorry, it was. I always say that it's one of the hardest games in my career because we had 4 players getting seriously injured, especially 3 of them, McCall, Taylor, and Abby, that they had to say goodbye to the season. And that game was really special for us because I think we played amazing. We kept pushing till the end. I remember making some subs in the injury time, and the players, Kelly O'Hara, wanted to go and win the game. She was, how we can win? And we pushed forward, and then Abby Smith got injured, and Neely Martin went in goal, and we lost the game 2-1, but I remember San Diego asking for the game to finish, and we actually did a little bit of a recap of that moment yesterday after our match day -1, when we recap on that moment, and we said, look, you remember this game, you remember how much you worked to get to this point, and how much that day meant to us, because for us the hardest part of this game is not losing, it's when people get hurt, and I think it was amazing when, I can't believe that after saying that yesterday, Mandy got sent off in the 95th minute, and Neely Martin had to finish the championship in goal for us to win it. I think that is the full circle. I think it is really you write a script of a movie and it doesn't happen. It was unbelievable. You know, when I saw Neely going in goal, I said, you know what, they are not scoring. Yeah, so I think that moment it was when it happened, and I think it's something that we kept for ourselves. But now, you know, I think that moment was the moment, and today finishing the game like that, I think it was amazing.
Yeah.
Back here, Coach. Congrats on the win. During the medal ceremony, you mentioned Mandy. I saw you kind of, give her a hug and talk to her. Like, what are you, telling your goalkeeper during that like intense moment and sort of in the aftermath afterwards?
Well, I was so proud of her, no, because she made a good decision in a key moment. I don't know what happened there because from where I was standing, but obviously getting sent off at that moment maybe saved a goal. And it was a send-off for a free kick, so it was a good decision, because if it's a penalty, it's something a bit more risky, obviously, but a free kick is something you can defend. And she told me, Juan, I'm sorry. I said, Mandy, I think you won the game. So that was really... Thank you. These are my people. Sorry. They broke the conference.
All right. Slight interruption. We'll go to Jeff Kassouf from the back and hope our computers all make it.
Yeah, I think they made it. I think he made it. That's what happened when you're from Spain and you leave your family and friends for a year to go to a crazy dream from someone and they go and win it. So, thank you. It's okay. We can continue. There is a lot of beer. I had to get changed, to be honest with you, to come here. So it's okay.
Kassouf?
I don't know if I can talk about that, but the injury to Pino so early
Yeah.
changes the game for them, obviously. Does it change it for you at all? It seemed like the wide spaces were a place of joy for you all, especially with Mitch.
Well, I think that it really didn't game the change for us and for our or for them. I think that they stayed in the same plan. We stayed in the same plan. They didn't change anything on that aspect. Obviously, Pino is an important player, and to be honest with you, I was very, very sad. I tried to say that to Pino when she was leaving, and I already mentioned it on the quick questions at the end. That I really wanted Pino. Obviously, I didn't want her to win because I want us to win, but I really wanted her to, and she deserves for who she is, what does she meant to this game, that she could play this game and enjoy it. So I hope she's good. And not really, like, I think in football sometimes things happen and, some injuries happen and we didn't talk, Pino is out, we're changing this. No, I think it was great to our players, how they executed the game plan, how they performed themselves offensively, defensively. Obviously, I was so happy for Mitch to get a woman of the match because it's not been an easy year for her with the injuries and performing how she did. It was amazing. And for the whole team to come up on top, I think it was really, really good.
Coach, enhorabuena. Le quería preguntar sobre su adaptación a este país. Viene de un país futbolísticamente donde se valora mucho la posesión, en España, el balón, y llegando a este país, ¿cómo se ha adaptado al estilo de aquí? ¿Puede dar una reflexión?
Sí, bueno, es una liga diferente, es una liga muy igualada, pero yo creo que nosotros tenemos un estilo de hacer las cosas que queríamos que se mostrase desde el principio y creemos que tenemos jugadoras para ello. Creo que al final también la adaptación a diferentes países, por suerte, pues yo he jugado en muchos países, en 3 o 4, y luego he entrenado en muchos países. Creo que es más importante, la gente se centra mucho en el fútbol, creo que es más importante el poder llegar a las jugadoras, poder llegar a las personas para que entiendan el mensaje y para conectar con ellas de una forma que puedan ejecutar los partidos o el día a día, ¿no? Al final creo que las jugadoras americanas evidentemente son muy buenas físicamente, pero tienen una calidad técnica espectacular. Lo hemos podido ver hoy con las jugadoras de nuestro equipo, pero también del rival, ¿no? Creo que Rose Lavelle, Emily Sonnet han sido fantásticas y sobre todo también el conseguir que todas las jugadoras piensen lo mismo. Creo que la diferencia está más en el aspecto táctico que en el técnico, ¿no? Al final mucha gente se centra, no, este país es más técnico, este país es más físico, pero realmente lo que marca la diferencia en el fútbol creo que es la táctica, porque el conseguir que todas las jugadoras estén en la misma página es la clave, ¿no?
Hi, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lynn Williams earlier said that of all of the championship teams that she's been on, one thing they have in common is their ability to put together these different puzzle pieces, whether those pieces are determined by cultural distinctions, different kinds of personalities, and to sort of put these pieces together seamlessly into one program. And I'm wondering if you can sort of share the way you approach that, if that resonates with you, and if so, how you approach that with this team this season.
Yeah, 100%. I think that I told them before the game that to be a winning team and you have to have a clear style of play and a group of players and people that are pushing in the same direction. And it's true, we have to be, my job as a head coach, the ownership, the general manager, the leadership team of the club, everyone needs to be pushing in the same direction and understand that this job is not made by, superheroes or people that are like no humans. We are all humans, so we need to also put a puzzle together of how are we going to make sure that these people feel that you really care about them, but at the same time that you're going to maximize their performance. And on top of that, there's not the same 11 playing every week. You have 26 people, 26 elite athletes that they live away from the families, they live away from their friends, they sacrifice a lot, they don't know if they have a contract next year. It's a very difficult job. And putting that together and creating a special environment, then it helps you to win. I think then, obviously we do it the way we do it, with the question before, through the ball, being aggressive on the press, and trying to do certain things on the ball. But I think at the same time, you can do it in a lot of different ways. No? Football is full of different histories, different styles of play. Teams have won in a lot of different ways, but I think one thing that is for sure is that you need to have the right people, you need to have the right connection, you need to have the right everyone on the same page to make sure you win, whatever that page looks like. I think our page looks exciting and engaging for our fans, for the people. But yeah, I agree with Lynn.
Again, in front.
Yeah, Coach, obviously congrats.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're going to take it in, of course, but in a league that's so competitive, when do you start looking towards next season? Kind of what's next for you?
Well, I think we do that like the moment the last transfer window is closed.
Okay.
I think that, we do that always in every team. I think you need to be always looking at the next year, looking always at what is about to come. We always need to look about the next day. So, the moment that you cannot sign any more players, you need to look at the next transfer window. But at this moment in time, we're obviously focused on this moment right now. I think football is a sport on and off the pitch that is about being proactive and not reactive. We could see that. So for us, it's always about the next step, But at the same time, there is a lot of people in the club focusing on that part of the job. So we are focused on the day to day, and I think that we show today why we are champions,
Dan?
Juan, congratulations.
Hello.
Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Last year, during championship week, we were getting wind that you were leaving the Dash and joining Gotham. I'm sure you've addressed this in the past, but can you just go over kind of what went into that decision or what drew you to this club?
Yeah, I always will be very grateful and thankful, and I always say that part of my heart is always in Houston, which is an amazing club and run by amazing people with amazing players. We could see with Jane now winning that trophy, that I was very happy for her. But I think I needed a change. It was a little bit of when I met with them, because obviously my situation with the contract was what it was. I shared a vision. I really feel like they could support me. It was only one flight away from my mom and from my family, which makes things a lot easier, because personally I think I'm going to be like the next year, I think I'm going to be living more years away from my family and friends than what I've been in my home in Madrid. So I think that also took a little bit of a part, making it easy for my people to come and see me, and the vision that the ownership group have and how much they trusted in me to bring certain people to do certain things. It helped, but at the same time, I think Houston is, as I said, a fantastic club, a fantastic place to work, and I wish them really, really all the best. But I made that decision, and look where we are today. I think I was speaking with Ed, who is one of the owners, that played a big role, and obviously with Yael about how things were by then, and the amount of work that has gone into doing this, which I think it is. I think it was already history, the fact that we make it to the final, but winning this final, I think this team is part of the history of global football, because I don't know if it's happened before, something like what they've been able to do. So, yeah, very, very happy. And yeah.
Do one more right here.
We saw you hug Jill Ellis there in the mixed zone. I was wondering if you could speak to what she has created here in San Diego. There was 23,000 fans. Can you speak a little bit about the atmosphere for San Diego and what the NWSL has done for this city?
Well, I think it's an amazing place, no? I think it is somewhere where there is I came to California 12 or 13 years ago to coach, and I loved it. I think there is a lot of passion for the game, and they needed really a team, and really having people like Jill, like Molly Downtime running it, and getting such special players like Alex, no, to be here is special. But then the fans were amazing. I think you can see they are week in, week out, and they are building something very, very special here. They've been in the semi-finals twice, and the fans here were amazing. And I think this is a very special place to play the championship final. They've been incredibly welcome with the team, with all of us around the city. So very, very happy, and I think Jill is obviously a fantastic player, is a fantastic person. I had the luxury, I would say, to meet her some years back, because she came to a Spurs game, and we went out for dinner, and we were talking tactics with some glasses on the table, and from then we stayed in touch, and she's a good friend of mine. She's a person that has worked really hard for this game, and being able to see how much she's changed the soccer in this country and now in this city is very pleasant to me, and now seeing what they are doing over here, it is fantastic, and it was a great place to win our first championship now. So from here, thank you, gracias to all the people from San Diego.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you to all the people online as well.